Marvels, Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan join forces with our favorite one-eyed man of intrigue, Nick Fury, by cosmic intervention to fight a Kree named Dar-Benn, who is hell-bent on destroying the people and places dear to Carol.
You are not the only thing standing between this and the universe.
It's been quite a while since we've had a Captain Marvel story, and since 2019, we've learned more about Fury and Monica and met Kamala, as well as the developments of the ongoing Kree-Skrull war. Surely there will be enough exposition in the movie to understand what's going on if you missed the multiple hours of Disney Plus programming with WandaVision, Ms. Marvel, and Secret Invasion. Just in case, here's a guide to what and who you need to know before watching the Marvels. After a freak accident with the Tesseract resulted in wiping her memory, giving her alien powers, and being taken off-world to live and train among the Kree, Carol Danvers returned to Earth and dug into her past. Along the way, she teams up with then-agent Nick Fury and reunites with her best friend and fellow pilot, Maria Rambeau, and her daughter, Monica Rambeau. Together, they uncover her past, which reveals the truth of the Kree-Skrull war to Carol and us, the audience. Carol's mentor, Dr. Brie Larson, was actually a Kree named Mar-Vell who was secretly helping refugee Skrulls find a new home. Mar-Vell came down to Earth to develop a light-speed engine powered by the Tesseract's energy that would get the Skrulls quickly and safely far away from the Kree's path of destruction. In addition to that, she was hiding Skrulls on her off-world laboratory and was on her way up there with Carol when Yon-Rogg ambushed and assassinated Mar-Vell in an attempt to reclaim the Tesseract. As a result, in addition to transforming Carol's life, this project was put on pause indefinitely, and Talos and the rest of the Skrulls spent 6 years trying to locate their hidden families and friends.
We're looking for the location of a Dr. Lawson and her light-speed engine.
Standing up and fighting off her former Star Force unit, Carol sends Yon-Rogg back to Hala with the message that she'll destroy the Supreme Intelligence and end this war. Carol decides to not stay on Earth and instead finish Mar-Vell's mission to find a new home for the Skrulls. With the exception of coming to the aid of the Avengers when facing Thanos, Carol has been on her own, save for Goose of course, flying through the cosmos for the past 30 years, still looking for a home for the Skrulls. At the end of Secret Invasion, it seems like the Kree and the Skrull are open to peace talks, but will the reveal to humans make this hunt for a homeland even more time-sensitive? We first meet Monica Rambeau as a young girl in Captain Marvel, where she handles meeting shape-shifting aliens descending upon her home very well compared to most. See how she's playing with this Skrull child? Her name is Gaia, by the way, and she will be important again in Secret Invasion. Monica was so into the experience that she says she will find a way to meet up with her Auntie Carol up in space. It's a very foreshadowing conversation because...
Monica. Hello?
A lot of time has passed since 1995, so here's how Lieutenant Trouble grew up into Captain Rambeau and also how she became Super herself. In WandaVision, we learn that shortly after Carol left with the Skrulls to find them a home, Maria founded SWORD, which stands for Sentient Weapon Observation and Response Division. She was head of the agency until her death in 2020 after complications battling cancer. Unfortunately, Monica wasn't there because she was taken in the blip in 2018. Monica also worked at SWORD before and after the blip, but was forced to stay grounded for a time immediately after being undusted.
Look, if this is because of... You don't have to worry about me.
As a part of a protocol Maria enacted because of Carol, if someone missing returns, they are grounded for 6 months. Seems pretty reasonable to me.
You're kidding. For how long? Whose protocol is this?
Monica is sent with a SWORD drone to Westview to help FBI agent Wu with a missing persons case. After Monica is sucked into the mysterious energy field they end up calling the Hex, SWORD sets up a base and brings in various scientists, including Dr. Darcy Lewis, to figure out what is surrounding this town and how to get Monica out. Darcy discovers a broadcast frequency transmission that reveals Wanda's WandaVision sitcom reality she's rewritten for herself and the town. She sees that Monica joined the show, but is then literally ejected out of the Hex by Wanda after upsetting her. Now, having been through the barrier twice, Monica passes through a third time against all advice, which permanently alters her DNA and gives her energy absorption, spectral vision, and phasing abilities. Everything thematically related to the microwaves, frequencies, and other sciencey stuff of the Hex that I personally can't explain because I never got around to getting my astrophysics degree. Monica uses these powers to prove herself an ally to Wanda, and at the end of the series is recruited by a Skrull disguised as an agent to work with Fury up at Saber. And that's where we find her during the Marvels, a Saber agent using her abilities to see invisible light in the very dark expanse of space, and instrumental in bringing Carol, Kamala, and herself together to form a team.
Captain Rambeau?
Is this an Avengers test?
In the adaptation from the Miss Marvel comic books, Kamala is still a Pakistani-American girl from New Jersey who is a big fan of the Avengers, Carol Danvers most specifically, but the origin of her powers and the way it manifests has been somewhat inverted, converted, reverted. It's different. Instead of these powers altering Kamala's physical form, making her stretchy like Reed Richards, Kamala is more like Green Lantern in the sense that she can harness light and manipulate it into tangible forms. This is a very convenient yet comprehensive change that fits Kamala seamlessly into the Marvels, where their light-based powers are all quantumly entangled. Kamala's great-grandmother Aisha is a clandestine, or jinn to humans, who was exiled from the Noor dimension along with a small group of followers. They are looking for a pair of bangles that would allow them to get back home. Aisha finds one of them and puts it on, activating her own powers. However, Aisha falls in love with a human and has a child who has Kamala, meaning that her DNA and genes are very different than that of a regular human. She's a mutant, basically. Cue X-Men theme song. However, those genes are only activated after she puts on Aisha's bangle, which is connected to the Noor dimension, making this a very important bangle.
How do we know you're not one of those shapeshifters?
Though Nick Fury has been here from the very beginning, we haven't really spent much personal time with him until Captain Marvel and Secret Invasion. These two projects bookend his time before and after a certain age of superhero that he helped usher in. However, it seems like Fury's truest obligation has always been that of the Skrulls. And with Dar-Benn, a Kree, as the villain of the Marvels, we have to see how this ongoing war has been influenced by Earth's involvement. Inspired by meeting Carol and Skrulls like Talos, Nick Fury came up with this Avengers initiative for S.H.I.E.L.D. to find other super-abled beings to protect Earth from global threats. In 1997, after 2 years of fruitless searches for a new home, Talos and a handful of Skrulls return to Earth and strike a deal with Fury. The Skrulls protect Earth with their abilities, and he and Carol Danvers will continue to find them a home. As of 2025, 30 years after that first contact, that task has yet to be accomplished, and a Skrull resistance is formed that wants to take Earth for themselves. How do they plan to do this? Well,
There's 1 million Skrulls walking amongst us right now? Have you lost your reptilian-ass mind?
firstly, it's important to learn, just like Fury did, that there are actually closer to 1 million Skrulls on Earth than the 20 or so he agreed to shelter in 1997. See, after everyone returned from the blip, Talos could tell Fury was not the same and was basically abandoned by him when Fury decided to leave Earth to work on setting up Saber. With this, Talos decided to invite all the remaining 1 million dispersed Skrulls across the universe to find refuge on Earth together. With this in mind, now the players. Because the Skrulls were dissatisfied with the search so far, Talos lost their trust and was voted out of the Skrull Council, and a Skrull named Gravik was elected in. Gravik is a Skrull who was first introduced to Fury in 1997 as a child and has since then been a part of Fury's secret missions as a part of this agreement. Another twist of the knife is that Talos' wife Soren died, and his now grown daughter Gaia has joined Gravik in his cause. Once Gaia learns of Gravik's role in Soren's death, however, she starts to help Talos secretly. Gravik's plan involves impersonating world leaders, causing global warfare, and having humanity destroy itself so that the Skrulls could rise out of those ashes and claim Earth as theirs. To come out on top, Gravik had a Super Skrull machine built, but was missing a key component: the Harvest, which is a collection of Avenger DNA Fury had Gravik and other Skrulls collect after the Battle of Earth and had hidden away until now. In the middle of all this espionage, Gravik kills Talos, which makes Gaia step up to help Fury end Gravik. They team up and separately stop both parts of Gravik's grand plan. With some trickery, Gravik gets the harvest from Fury, who is really Gaia, and both are turned into super Skrulls. They fight and Gaia kills Gravik. Meanwhile, Fury rescues President Ritson and stops him from launching a missile that would have started World War III at the behest of Skrull Rhodey. Eventually we see Rhodey and other world leaders released, and hopefully we find out soon just how long he and the others have been held captive and how long this infiltration has gone on for. Although Fury saves President Ritson, Ritson reveals the truth about Skrulls and introduces a bill that designates all off-world species as enemies, inciting paranoia and violence. Taking this information, MI6 Special Agent Sonia Falsworth approaches Gaia for a strictly professional alliance. Explaining that the Skrulls are now exposed after Ritson's speech, she can help in protecting Skrulls against humans. In exchange for some work for her, of course. As Fury returns to Saber, he gets a message that the Kree are open for peace talks with Skrulls, which Gaia may possibly be a part of. He invites his Skrull wife Vara to join him as a diplomat during these talks. It's convenient timing ahead of a film with another Kree villain, but if anything, now it is more imperative than ever for Skrull survival. And that should be everything and a little more you need to know before watching the Marvels. For more on the MCU, make sure to follow and subscribe to IGN wherever you like to watch.